members of the jury. Imagine putting your whole life into a company that is totally reliant on the stock market and could ruin fairly easily. Imagine that your company is starting to fail after many layoffs and you decide to bring in some new fresh blood to the company. Imagine that you really believed that after this spiral downward that your company was finally saved. Imagine that you
Don't. Just fix it.
only to find out that most talented new blood is missing from your program. That you thought had saved you really wasn't making... and that the program that you thought had saved you wasn't making the company any money, and was just another Ponzi scheme. Imagine, after all of that, you are sitting in the courtroom, blamed for murder of one of your most promising employees, when you are really innocent. I, Taylor Clark, am representing Mr. Arabach. My client, Arabach, was deceived by his promising new blood, Ryland Satterfield, who brought a promising program to predict stocks called StockSnake. His trust was betrayed by the Ponzi scheme. When the stock plummeted, Mr. Riverdale and his wife came in to the office demanding their money. When Mr. Arabach pulled up their account, he sadly had to notify the couple that there was no money. After this, he called down Surratt and Satterfield. And Mr. Riverdale, he just hung his head down, but Mr. Riverdale had glared at Surratt the whole time. The next day, Mr. Arabach was notified that Mr. Riverdale had committed suicide the night before. While Mr. Arabach was being deceived, he attended a baseball game with his new blood, Ryan Satterfield. While Mr. Arabach when he arrived back to his office, he had to face a police officer with a search warrant for his building. The defense will show a reasonable doubt that my client, Arabach, was indeed at the baseball game at the time of the disappearance. Also, that Mr. Arabach believed that the StockSnake was a legitimate program. Finally, we will also prove that other people could have killed Surratt. We will show that Mrs. Riverdale was in the building at the time of the disappearance. She was caught on video camera. Also, the defense will show a used ticket stub from the baseball game. Lastly, I will show you an evaluation of StockSnake, making the program to appear legitimate. Arabach was an honest man. He is a victim of misunderstanding, and Mr. Arabach was a victim of a Ponzi scheme. Mr. Arabach just wanted to watch a baseball game, only to go back to work to face this warrant to search his building for someone he didn't know was missing. He sits in this court today with his family business in shambles. After all the evidence, you will see that my client, Arabach, is indeed innocent. Thank you.